Good afternoon, guys. Are you getting my voice? Are you getting my voice? ఇద్దరే జాయిన్ అయ్యారండి. రిమైనింగ్ ఎవరు లేరండి. వన్ బాయ్ వన్ కాల్. అది జాయిన్ అయ్యే ఉద్దేశం ఉందా లేదా వాళ్ళకి? ఓకే, we will wait for some time. Okay, see, now we are entering into the third unit, MapReduce. Actually, in the second unit, what we have seen is Google file system. What is Google file system? We have seen what is Hadoop. In the second unit, we have seen those two things, Google file system and Hadoop HDFS. When we come to the Hadoop Hadoop has two components, HDFS and MapReduce. HDFS is for storing the files. MapReduce is for analysis of the files. Okay, for processing the files we are using MapReduce. For storing the files we are using HDFS. We have briefly seen how HDFS, what is the architecture of HDFS. In the second unit, we have seen architecture of HDFS. We have seen, okay, it will contain the it will contain the name node, data nodes. Like data nodes will store the files, name node will maintain the metadata. That we have seen. In the second unit, one more part is there, that is how to install the Hadoop. The second part of the second unit is how to install Hadoop HDFS in our system. Okay, we have seen architecture of HDFS, but we have not known how to install that HDFS in our system. Okay, actually we have to practically see that one, how to establish Hadoop in our system. We have to see practically, but unfortunately now we are unable to install Hadoop. Why? Because it requires Linux or Ubuntu OS, and it requires Hadoop software. Okay, to run the Hadoop software, we want it a minimum of 8 GB RAM is required. My laptop RAM is only currently 2 GB RAM I have. Okay, it don't support that one. My laptop is currently not supporting that one, as well as we want the Ubuntu or Linux OS is required. Currently, we are unable to get the Linux or Ubuntu OS. If we are in the college, we have the Unix operating system is available, so that we can install that Unix operating system. But unfortunately, now I am unable to install that Unix. Why? Because software is not available. If I want to download also, it will take nearly 3 to 4 GB. And also, the Hadoop will take a size of nearly 4 to 5 GB size is there for Hadoop software also. And also when we come to running, it requires a minimum of 8 GB RAM is required, but my laptop has only the 4 GB RAM. So it is unable to support that one. So we are skipping that concept of installing Hadoop HDFS. In the second unit, the last concept is the installation of the Hadoop HDFS cluster, but we are skipping that concept. Why? Because currently we are unable to establish that one. So by skipping that concept, now we are jumping from that second unit Hadoop HDFS to MapReduce. Clear? Already I told you, when we come to the Hadoop has two main components, HDFS, MapReduce. HDFS is for storing the files. MapReduce is for the processing of the files, that is analysis of the files. To analyze the files, we are using the MapReduce. So previously we have seen the HDFS, how by using HDFS, how we are storing the files. But unfortunately, we are unable to see it practically. Actually, we have to see the same thing practically also by installing Hadoop. But currently, the situations are not suitable, so we are unable to see that one practically. Only we have theoretically we have seen what is happening in the HDFS. Now we are jumping into the concept of MapReduce, which is our third unit. Already I told you what is this main theme of MapReduce is only for processing of the data files. Okay, the files which are stored in the HDFS, when we want to process the files which are stored in the HDFS, we use the MapReduce. In one line answer, if anybody asks you what is this MapReduce, it is a program for processing the files which are stored in the HDFS. For processing of the files which are stored in the HDFS, we are using this MapReduce. That is in one line answer simply. Okay, it is used for processing of the large set of files which are stored in the HDFS. When we come to this MapReduce, okay, as I told you, HDFS is a software framework. It is a software framework. And programming model used for processing huge amounts of data. For processing huge amounts of data, we are using the MapReduce. It is a software framework. What is the meaning of this one? Software framework means nothing but framework means readily available. Okay, for doing some work, if anything is readily available, it is called a framework. Framework means readily available. Simply we have to use that one. For processing also, when we come to the MapReduce, okay, it is a readily available programming model. So that simply we use that programming model to process our data files. We have no need to write the entire process. Okay, by using this MapReduce programming model, the model is readily available. Okay, Simply we have to use that model and we have to process our data instead of writing all the things. In simple words, how can we understand the framework means? For example, if you want to find factorial of a given number, actually we have to write the entire function factorial of a given number. We have to write the total logic of the factorial. That is user written program, user written function. He has to write the function for factorial. Instead of that one, there is a predefined function is available. So to find the factorial, simply we will call that predefined function and we will get the answer. Your input will be given to that predefined one and you will get the answer. That means it is a framework, readily available one. Like our predefined functions. Framework means software framework means a software which is readily available. So that by giving large amounts of data to the software, we will easily get the analysis report. That's why we call it MapReduce is a software framework and programming model used for processing huge amounts of data, for large amounts of data. Clear? It mainly works in two phases. When we come to MapReduce, two phases are there: map phase, reduce phase. Okay, when we come to MapReduce, it mainly works in two phases: map and reduce. See, when we come to the mapping phase, the map phase has two works are there in the map phase: splitting and mapping. Two tasks are there in the map phase, that is splitting and mapping. We will see later what is the splitting and mapping. Similarly, when we come to the reduce phase, it has two tasks are there: shuffle and reduce. Okay, for the reduce phase, it has two works will be there: shuffling work, reducing work. For the mapping map phase, it has two works: splitting and mapping works. So okay, four tasks are there totally. Two tasks come to map phase, two tasks come to under the reduce phase: splitting, mapping, shuffle and reduce. Clear? Hadoop is capable of running MapReduce programs in various languages. We can write the MapReduce programs in Java, Ruby, Python, C++, like that. We can write the MapReduce programs in various languages like this: Java or C++ or Python or Ruby, etc. Actually, in our future classes, we will write the programs in Java. Okay, as for our syllabus, we will go with the Java. But nowadays, most of the people are going with Python. They are running the Hadoop programs with Python. Okay, when we come to the MapReduce programs, they are parallel in nature. They are parallel in nature. That means the MapReduce programs can work parallelly. Okay, I will explain you later how it is working parallelly. We will come to know later by seeing the example. The MapReduce programs are parallel in nature. That means it can parallelly work on different systems at a time. On different systems, it can work parallelly. We will come to that one later. How it is working parallelly, we will come to that one. Here the point is the MapReduce programs are parallel in nature. That means they will work on data parallelly on different machines at a time. Okay. When we come to, as I told you, when we come to this MapReduce, two phases are there: map phase, reduce phase. Again, map phase has splitting, mapping. Reduce has a shuffle and reduce. For each phase, the input is key value pair. It will take the data as key value pairs. Okay. For every data value, it will maintain a key. It will take the inputs in the form of key value pairs. All these things we will get clarity in the future classes. Clear? Here in addition, the programmer has duty is to write the map function and reduce function. Okay. Basing on his aim, what is his aim? The programmer has to write the suitable map function and suitable reduce function. Clear? Depending on his one. Whether if he is using Java, he has to write the map function and reduce function in Java. Python, if he is using, we have to write map and reduce functions in Python or C++ or Ruby. Okay, what is this map function, reduce functions means the logic. What is your aim? For what purpose you are analyzing the data? How you want to know analyze the data? For that one we are doing. Why? Because the task of analysis is maybe different. The aim for processing may be different. For example, if you take a soap company, okay, he is manufacturing different kinds of soaps. He is manufacturing. Okay, when we come to the same company, he is manufacturing different types of soaps. So the analyzation will be one type of analysis. He is analyzing to know which kind of soaps are more frequently purchased by the users. Okay, customers are showing interest on what type of soaps he want to know. That is one type of analysis. Clear. The second type of analysis is which kind of soaps are giving more profit. Okay, he is manufacturing different types of soaps. Soap A, B, C, D. 4 types of categories of soap he is manufacturing and selling. One type of analysis he want to know is on which type of soaps, either A or B or C or D. The customers are giving more interest on which category of soaps. That is one type of analysis. The second type of analysis is, okay, which category of soaps are giving more profit to the company. Okay, that means we are processing the same data of the soaps, but aim is different. One type of aim is customer point of view, on which one they are showing interest. The second point is profit point of view, we are analyzing which are giving more profit. Okay, like that, the aim will be different. That logic should be written in the map function, reduce function, to indicate what is your aim, for what purpose you are analyzing. That is the duty of the programmer. He may specify the map and reduce function in any of the comfortable language. See, to understand this map reduce work, we will take a small example. Okay, we will go with some examples to understand this one. Already we know the total map reduce works are going in 4 pages: splitting, mapping, shuffling, and reducing. In these 4 pages, splitting, mapping, shuffling, and reducing, it is going on. To understand these 4 pages, we will take a small example. Wait 1 minute, my system has recently my laptop has become very slow. I don't know what happened. See, to understand the 4 pages, we are taking an example. See, I have Hadoop is good, Hadoop is bad. Aim is here. I want to analyze, process this data to know how many times each word is repeated. What is the frequency of each word? If you observe here, welcome is frequency is 1, TO2 frequency is 1, Hadoop frequency is 3, class 1, E is 2, good 1, bad 1. So my aim is, by giving this data to the MapReduce program, I want to know, by processing this data, I want to analyze frequency of each word. For example, that is a small example we have taken to understand the concept of MapReduce. We are taking example. Welcome to Hadoop class. Hadoop is good and Hadoop is bad. Now see, this is totally what is happening in the MapReduce. See, this is your input. Welcome to Hadoop. This is your input. Welcome to Hadoop. Class is Hadoop class. Hadoop is good, Hadoop is bad. Total data is this one. So what we are doing is, first we are splitting the data. Okay. Generally, this is a small data, but regular. When we think of the real time, in the real time, the data is very large. So what we will do is, instead of giving total file at a time, we divide the original file whose size is very large into small number of files. For example, here this data is divided into 4 splits: split 1, split 2, split 3, split 4. Please assume this one as a large file. Okay, why? Because Hadoop is suitable for large files only. But as for our understanding, we are taking a small example. So since it is a very large file, I divided this one into 4 parts: split 1, split 2, split 3, and split 4. Split 4. Clear? That is the input splits. The first part is splitting. The first phase is the splitting of the input file. Okay, since the data is very huge data, the data is split into 4 parts. Next, what will happen is after splitting phase is over, this is the splitting phase. After input splits are ready, for each mapping phase will come. Second phase is a mapping phase. In the mapping phase, what we will do is each file will be given to one mapper. Okay, each file will be given to one map program. Okay, file 1 will be given to map 1, file 2 will be given to map 2, file 3 will be given to map 3, file 4 will be given to map 4. Okay, what is this map? Map will contain is mapping function will contain your aim. What is your aim? To count the word frequency. So first mapper will count. The line given to first mapper is welcome to Hadoop. So it will count welcome 1, 2, 1, Hadoop 1, frequency it is counting. Similarly, second mapper is also counting. Class is 1, Hadoop is 1, ease is 1. Third one, good is 1, Hadoop is 1, is 1, bad is 1. Okay, each file is given, each sub file is given to one mapper, and that mappers are for finding the frequency of what's given to that one. If you observe here, what we happened is instead of taking all the data at a time and given to a single mapper, we are dividing the file into sub files, smaller files, and the smaller files are given to the mappers, so that parallelly it is working. Okay, the mapping function is working parallelly on file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. On the 4 files it is working parallelly, so that the work will be fast, the analysis will be, processing will be very fast. See, after mapping is over, after the mapping function duty is over, the next task is called the shuffling. Shuffling means basing on the results of given by each mapper. Okay, by taking the results of each mapper, what is the shuffler will do is it will take results of each mapper and it will segregate. That means all the related data will be taken into one side. Okay, it will rearrange the data in some order. The shuffling, the general meaning of shuffling itself is rearranging. Okay, what is this shuffler will do is in the shuffling phase, the results of the mapping function will be taken and the data will be rearranged so that all the related data will come to one side. For example, if you observe here, it is maintaining one block. Okay, welcome is given to one block. Welcome is separately maintained, count 1. Okay, 2 is maintained separately, count is 1. Class is maintained separately. 2 eases are there. Is 1, all the related ones. 2 in the, okay. If you observe, mapper 2 contains is, mapper 3 also contains is. Those two come into shuffle to one side. Hadoop is available in 3 mappers. Here Hadoop is there. Here Hadoop, here Hadoop. These 3 has brought into one location, separated. Good is separated. Class, bad. Okay, the duty of the shuffler is by taking the output of the mapping function, it will segregate, reorder the output of the mapping function. All the related data will be gathered to one side. Clear? Now, after shuffling is over, it is the duty of the reducer. The reducer will come into act. What is the responsibility of this reducer is? Okay, it will take all the outputs from the shuffling. It will take all the outputs from the shuffling and it will reduce the data. It will try to reduce the data. See here, it will take this one, Hadoop. 3 times is there, Hadoop, Hadoop, Hadoop. It will reduce that one to Hadoop, 3. Instead of writing the same Hadoop, 1 3 times, it is reducing to Hadoop 1, 1. Is, 1, writing 2 times, it is reducing the data to 2 times. Clear? Remaining all are already 1 time, so no need to reduce. Like that, it will try to reduce the data. By combining the outputs, it will try to reduce the data and final output will be given to the programmer. The final output is this one. This is the final output that is given to this one. Clear? Bad 1, class 1, good 1, Hadoop 3, is 2, 2, 1, welcome 1. We are giving a file for analyzing the data. We are giving a large set of file and finally the analysis report has came. Basing on your requirement, the analysis report has came. See here, The main concept in this map reduce is available in this example. If you understand this example, what is the overall concept, we will get easily what is the overall concept. Whenever a huge data is given to the map reduce, okay, that huge data will be split into small size data, smaller files. The huge data will be broken into the small pieces of data, and each small piece of data will be given to one mapper, so that the small pieces of data will be processed by the mapper parallelly. If you observe here, all the mappers are working parallelly. File 1 is processed by map 1, file 2 is processed by map 2, 3 is processed by map 3, 4 is processed by map 4. Parallelly the work is going on, so that the time is saved. Fastly we are getting the processing report. After the mapping duty is over, the output of the mapping will be given to the shuffling. Here what is happening is, it will try to rearrange the data. Okay, the outputs of the mapping will be rearranged by the shuffling, so that all the related data will be gathered to one location. After the shuffling is over, shuffling of the data is over, reducer will start its work. The duty of the reducer is to combine all the outputs of the shuffling. It will try to combine all the outputs of the shuffling by reducing the data as much as possible. Okay, by making analysis on the data, it will try to reduce the data. By reducing the data, the reducer will give the final output. This is totally what is happening. Briefly in small example, what is happening in the map reduce program. Is it clear, guys? This example. See, the final output we are getting is this one. It will give the final output. Generally, the final output will be depend on which format you want. If you want the final output in the table format, it will give you the answer in the table format. If you want in the form of graphs, pie charts, like that, in which representation you want, depending on your code, it will represent the data in the form of either tables or graphs or pie charts or bar charts. Like that, it will give. That is the total thing. See, this is the thing, that this part is nothing but the same thing what we have discussed. The data which we have given in the previous example, whatever the data we have given, it is going in 4 phases. What is the first phase is the input splits. Okay, the data in the input split, the data is divided into fixed size pieces. Okay, the data will be divided into fixed size pieces called input splits. And each split will be given to single map. Every split will be given to a single map. Next, mapping. Okay, each split is given to the mapping. Mapping is the very first phase of map reduce program. Okay, here what is the mapping will do is, it will try to produce the output values by taking the input splits. It will try to produce the output values by analyzing the data. It will try to produce the output values. Here analyzing means depending on your aim. Okay, here my aim is counting of the word frequency. Maybe some other person aim is different word count. How many times each letter is repeated. Some other person want to count in the given data how many times each letter repeated. W came how many times. Instead of word count, they want the character count or line count. Like that, the aim may be different. In this example, we have taken the word frequency. Next, when we come to the shuffling, what is this shuffling will be do is, it will consolidate the relevant records. Okay, it will consolidate, that means it will gather together the relevant records will be gathered together. In our example, same words are clubbed together. Okay, all the related words are clubbed together in our example. Actually, the task is to consolidate the relevant records. That is the shuffling phase. Finally, when we come to the reducing phase, okay, it will combine the values from the shuffling phase and returns a single output value. The reducing phase will combine all the values which are coming from shuffling phase and returns a single output value. This is why actually briefly, simply about the, if you want to understand simply about that one, this is the concept of the map reduce program in simple concept. Clear. Here we have one important Viva question will be there. Generally, the people ask me, how many? See, already we told here in the concept. Each split is given to one map. Okay, each split is the file is the large file is divided into some number of splits, and each split is given to one map. Here, one question will be there. People will ask is, how many mappers will be there in the MapReduce program? Internally, how many mappers will be there? That is the question. And one more question is, how many reducers will be there in the MapReduce program? Whenever we are applying MapReduce program for a file, how many mappers will be there? How many reducers will be there? That is the question given. How many mappers are needed for a given file? In this example, how many maps we have used? How many mappers we have used in this example? ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం ఎన్ని మ్యాపర్స్ యూజ్ చేసామండి? See, the concept is for every part of the file, one map will be given for every part of the file. ఇక్కడ ఈ ఫైల్ ని ఒరిజినల్ ఫైల్ కి మనం ఎన్ని పార్ట్స్ గా డివైడ్ చేసాం? ఒరిజినల్ ఫైల్ ని 4 పార్ట్స్ గా డివైడ్ చేసామండి. ఫస్ట్ పార్ట్ is given to map 1, second part is given to map 2, third part is given to map 3, map 4. అంటే how many maps will be there in your file? మీ MapReduce any maps of course they may depend will depend on input splits. The answer is how many maps will be there in our MapReduce program means it will depend on the number of input splits. Maps you just learned. Each file parts are divided. How many maps are required for processing those 10 subfiles? 10 maps are required. Clear. Number of maps. How many number of maps will be depends on the input splits. Point clear, Andy. How many mappers will run in the MapReduce program means it will depend on the input splits. How many input splits are there? That much number of mappers will be there. Is it clear, guys? This point. It is an important question. When we come to the MapReduce, they will ask you how many mappers will be run. The number of mappers that are running will depends on how many input splits. Why? Because for each input split we have to give the one map. Parallel ga anni run avvalante Next the question, any reducers kavali. So all the outputs came from the shuffling. To combine all the outputs came from the shuffling, we are using the reducer. Reducer will combine all the outputs coming from the shuffling phase. So how many reducers will be there means by default only one reducer will be there. Okay. In any MapReduce will be there. Means number of mappers will depend on the how many number of inputs. If you want, we can increase the number of reducers. Reducing also more costly. You can use only one reducer will be there, but number of mappers will depends on the number of input splits. That is the two important points we have to remember here. Is it clear, guys? These 2 points. How many mappers means depends on how many input splits. Number of reducers are generally one only by default. But if programmer want, he can increase that. The reducer has to combine. Reducer is sufficient. It will combine all the outputs. If you want more fastly to combine, then the programmer can increase the number of reducers also, so that he can increase the data more fastly. He can combine. Is it clear that this